Now, the chief executive of a company providing a host of youth services in Bristol left last year, surrounded by allegations of staff bullying and favouritism. Learning Partnership West receives millions of pounds in council money to help young people in the city.
The former CEO declined to comment, but a council report we've obtained said the company has turned a corner. Dickon Hooper reports.
In April last year, a dozen whistleblowers came together to meet Bristol City Council right here. They made serious allegations about a company receiving £3 million in council cash.
Whistleblowers are extraordinary people. They have the ability not to take things as normal or right just because they happen a lot, and then they have the moral courage to often risk their own careers and their own reputation in coming out and saying something.
The company they blew the whistle on was Learning Partnership West. They deliver a large part of the council's youth services. Running this place, for instance. As well as jobs clubs and mentoring and support for youngsters in need. But the company was not always working in the best interests of those young people. The council investigated some of the whistleblowers' allegations. They found that youngsters from troubled backgrounds were being funnelled into the schools run by Learning Partnership West. Staff at the company were being told, don't consider other provision. Learning Partnership West runs this school for excluded children and a college programme. Serious allegations were also made against the then chief executive, Nicola Bircham. She was accused of inappropriate recruitment, unfairly selecting staff and bullying. Former staff told me,
she coined the term freeze and squeeze. It would start with totally ignoring someone, then excessive performance management, and finally the person would be managed out. Appointments were often made with a heavy bias towards black and minority ethnics, particularly young black males.
When she was appointed, things changed. There was a culture of fear and bullying from her. She had her favourites.
Any good organisation should want to eradicate bullying and should have good practice just because, A, that's the right thing to do, but B, you're going to have a happier workforce, a more effective workforce. Productivity is going to be better if people are in a happy environment. It's not rocket science.
The company chairman, John Savage, commissioned an investigation, but he won't show us the report. He said he'd found nothing illegal. But I understand enough people felt bullied that something had to change. Nicola Bircham didn't want to talk to me, but she did say my inquiries were ridiculous and that she'd left the company a long time ago. She left a month or so after the whistleblowers went to the council. They concluded staff then felt reassured and positive, and the company had turned a corner.
Well, Dickon joins us now. Dickon, what was the effect of all this on the children?
Well, it's a good question, but it's actually quite hard to answer. I spoke to a lot of people, a lot of former staff, but equally there's a bit of a wall of silence about this story. A lot of people just did not want to talk to me, and I never got to talk to those clients, the children and the young people. But I think it's fair to say that in summary, there was a lot of unhappy people there for some time, and that's not good for any organisation, as Charlotte Leslie mentioned in the film.
Do LPW still deliver these youth services?
They do. It's a contract called Bristol Youth Links, which you can Google if you want to. After Nicola Bircham left, the council produced this report, which we've seen, and it said they turned the corner and progress had been made, so that the contract will go on to 2018. But it's important, I think, to note they're completely separate organisations. The council just doesn't get involved in how LPW is run. They just buy those services and offer some support in this case to investigate some of the allegations.
And any more on Nicola Bircham?
No, I sent her the email with all the allegations and she said she didn't want to talk to me. We do know, or we've been told, that she did receive her statutory due when she left, which was obviously in May last year.
OK, Dickon, thank you very much. Dickon Hooper there.